This is your life now, and we've got some very poor choices to make. In fact, we're gonna see just how bad we can make things. I wonder if we could kill them before they leave childhood. Caffeine levels are ready to go. Let's get started. We just keep moving on to the right. You've got your parents now. You've got carelessness now. I would like to get rid of both, but if I had to pick, I would get rid of the parents. Actually, would we be able to give them back? Do they stay away? Nope, we're stuck with parents now, at least until they get old, or our carelessness gets the better of them. You've got toys. You so much as look at my toys, and I will drown you in the bathtub. It'd be nice to have someone to play with. Yeah, you're telling me. You've got nightmares now because you don't have a brother or sister. That's perfect. We don't want this blob to have a happy life. Best friend, friends are forever. Which is exactly why we're not gonna have any. A life of misery is the only life for me. Rebel attitude. You love bands and are playing hard. Not as much as I love no bands at all. Introversion, lonely at the top. That does sound kind of miserable and relatable. Let's take it. You've obtained introversion. You'll never get a rebel attitude. It still looks pretty happy. We've got some work to do. We've got to do everything in our power to ruin its life. You've got hope now because you'll want to hang on to that. We don't need hope. And we lost carelessness, but we still got the parents, so I'm thinking they're going to be next. Adolescence. If I want a dad, I would just steal a child. You just lost your toys because you're too old for that now. Day by day, he's getting ready to snap. Look at his face. I want to jump over this one. It looks unhappy. Good grades. You're going somewhere. Nope. No, we are not. We are going nowhere. Fun. They see me rolling, they hating. We're doing neither of those. We want misery and suffering. This thing's literally just giving life the middle finger. Group of friends. They'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. You don't need friends. First love. There's no love like the first. This miserable creature is never gonna understand that because he's not gonna get a first love. He doesn't need things like that. He doesn't need anything at all. He's just gonna keep powering through life with a minor addiction. Let's see if we can ramp that baby up into major addiction. Nerdy passion. We don't have time for that. We've got minor addiction. Talent for sport. The stars of track and field are beautiful people. That sounds far too cheery for me. I choose misery. What's the next stop? That was a long gap. I was worried my little weirdos are going to get away from me. Degree. It's either that or parties, buddy. I kind of think that the degree is maybe worse than parties, but if we don't need either, we don't need either. Parties. Oh, do we have to pick one or the other? Well, we've already got the addiction. We don't need parties to kick that off any harder. We'll take the degree plus addiction. You'll never get parties. That's the way life works. If you have a degree, no parties, no fun ever again. I love how optimistic they all look. They have no idea how soul-crushing this life really is gonna be. Everyone's favorite part of life, adulthood, or the judgy version of people. Artistic career or boring job. A boring job does sound pretty soul-crushing, but being an artist sounds much worse. And with all this misery and suffering, we're probably gonna be a great artist. You just lost your parents because you never went back to visit them. I'm just picturing them sitting there having their morning coffee and suddenly getting Thanos snapped because I haven't visited in 3 months. And that's a pretty big relief because now I don't have to visit them ever again. Furniture? We don't need furniture. You just lost minor addiction because art is your drug now. I knew art was going to lead to bad things. Hopefully now we can find major addiction. No, that would be fun. House or travel memories. Wanderlust will carry us on, not as much as a crippling mortgage. Besides, who needs travel memories when you can choose every day between cable TV and feeding your children? Partner, together as close as can be. No thanks. This art career of mine is keeping me very busy. You just lost hope because we're all gonna die. This guy's probably hoping that day comes sooner than later. He's having a tough go with his life. Expensive car? That sounds too fun for this guy. As much as I would love to drive a very expensive car that's probably very dangerous and also pushing me further into debt, that's too much happiness. We just want to take all the happiness out of everything in life. I lost my artistic career because people don't really like what I do these days. Every time a little bit closer to snapping. 99 problems? I'll take 99 problems. No matter how many times you fall down, life kicks you every single time. And my little followers are starting to look unhappier and unhappier. This one's kind of neutral, and this looks like toilet paper, so he doesn't get a vote. Freedom. Run away from all your boredom. No thank you. This boredom is going to be here to the very day I die, and it's going to be a long, torturous process. Old age. Now we're getting somewhere. We're almost at the end. You think we'd have developed some leg muscles for someone who runs for their entire life. We lost introversion because nothing matters anymore. Now we're getting to the real stuff. We lost loneliness because we're all alone anyways. Some very deep thoughts going on now. You just lost your degree because you're not going to need it where you're going. Is that how it works? You get old and they just take your degree away? But at least we have pizza at the bitter end. Inner peace. It's up to you at this point. There's no relief for suffering, my friend. It's you and me together, and I'm not here to bring you happiness. You've got death now because your time is up. What does death look like? Death looks like a pink jellyfish with legs. Can one of you guys touch death to see what happens? I don't remember what you guys were, but I need you to touch death. It skipped through my thing. I wanted to read what I had. I'm pretty sure it said I had 99 problems in a house. So technically I had 100 problems because have you ever owned a house? I want to aim for crippling debt on this one. The most expensive options is what we're going for every single time. We're going to take material things over substance. We've got toys. Those are free. It'd be nice to have someone to play with. That sounds good because that's going to mean our parents have less money to spend, so we're going to get less education. That's a more expensive route. It did cost us our toys though, so I'm not sure what to make of that. Friends are forever. They also like it when I buy them stuff, so that sounds like an expensive option. You've obtained your best friend. A rebel attitude sounds important. You love bands when they're playing hard. We also like to do things on a whim that are very expensive. They're so full of wonder now. You have no idea what to expect out of life. You've got hope now. You'll want to hang on to that. Yeah, death seems to rip that one away. We've lost carelessness. We're growing up. We're back at that fun adolescent stage, and things can maybe start to get expensive here. Good grades, you're going somewhere, or fun. Fun sounds more expensive than good grades. We don't want good grades. We want to live in misery. A group of friends. Those sound expensive also. Pretty soon I'm just going to ask this posse to carry me around. There's enough of them there to do it. First love, those are expensive. Hey, and minor addiction came back. We're just racking up the costs. So talent for sport. The stars of track and field are beautiful people or nerdy passion. I feel like you could potentially make money with nerdy passion. Talent for sport, probably going to leave us spending a lot of money training and not a lot coming back. Because competition. And let's face it, this isn't going to make any money as an athlete or accomplish much of anything. It looks like a light bulb that didn't quite come out right. And we lost our first love because all good things must come to an end. They couldn't handle the minor addiction anymore. Degree or parties. We're gonna party because we don't need to make money. We need to be poor. We lost our group of friends because we're moving to a big city and that sounds expensive. Friends are overrated anyway. I really just want to toss like a rolled up ball of newspaper into this one's mouth. Not for any reason in particular, I just think it would be fun. A boring job or an artistic career. Artistic career it is because I feel that earning potential isn't quite there. We lost our talent for sport. We didn't need that anyway, we're getting old. And we lost our parents because you never went back to visit them. Did I actually have a choice to do that? I don't care if I do, I'm never going to. I was just curious if I could actually make a difference. Furniture is expensive, let's buy it. We lost minor addiction. I needed that so badly. Now I'm gonna have money again. When can we get major addiction? That's all I want to know. A house or travel memories? Definitely a house. Very expensive. Also probably a pretty sound investment. Travel memories might have been the better way to go there. Speaking of expensive, partner, hope you make lots of money because I am a starving artist. I like how it just says you've obtained a partner. You didn't fall in love. You didn't meet someone. You just obtained them. Bought them on Craigslist. You just lost hope because we're all gonna die. As soon as I get a partner, I lose all hope. Coincidence? Probably not. Expensive car? Absolutely. You've got an expensive car, it cost you your partner. I guess I could afford one or the other, and the car is the way to go. And we lost your sibling because you don't see each other much anymore. To be honest, I kind of forgot they were back there. Well, maybe they can go visit my parents once in a while then. Someone probably should. You lost your artistic career because people don't like what I'm doing. 99 problems. Exactly the amount I was looking for. And we lost furniture because it burned in a fire. I'm not complaining. I'm just wondering, lost your best friend because you never got to travel where your best friend lived. There we go. The misery is catching up now. I feel like all the choices lead to misery anyway. There's nothing we can do. We have the choice of freedom. Run away from all your boredom. That sounds very expensive. We even have an expensive car to do it in. You obtained freedom and we didn't lose anything. Nope, never mind. You just lost fun because you're starting to feel too old for this. The point of freedom was for the fun. I guess when you're old, it doesn't matter anyway. Speaking of old age, let's watch everything vanish before us because that's all we've got to look forward to. You just lost parties because no one invites you anymore. Maybe I shouldn't have done the thing with the thing at the last party, but I'm getting old, so, you know, you got to explore these avenues. Just waiting. Waiting and waiting and waiting for something to poof away. Inner peace at this point will boost our esteem but lower our status. And we're all about that status. Doesn't matter how we feel on the inside. It's what people see of us on the outside. That's what really matters in life. This time, I want to see the end result. Not going to skip through it. We got all our stuff. At the end, you had a rebel attitude, a house, an expensive car, 99 problems, freedom, and you finally died. This was your life. You could have done better. Press any key to try a new life and maybe make better choices.
Where's the any key?
What? Well, this sounds pretty good. I mean, we had an expensive car and a house. The dying part's probably not great, neither the 99 problems, but overall. The game tells us we can do better. partner, I don't see how that's possible. We're gonna take a sibling, which is gonna sacrifice our toys. A best friend will lower our health but boost our social. I think we may want to take every choice that's gonna lower our health this time. Like rebel attitude, less safety. The goal is to not make it all the way to the end. We're either going to lose status or we lose social. We need status, not social. And we lost our best friend, who I'm pretty sure is bad for our health, so that maybe wasn't a great choice. And we don't need socialness. Socialness brings happiness. We want less happiness and less health. There's no love like the first. I mean, that does sound kind of dangerous. Cost us our good grades though, so that was an unwise choice. And we have minor addiction because we don't have good grades. We don't have good grades because of our first love. That works out health-wise, but first love sounds like a lot of trouble to me. So we're going to increase our health but lower our safety. But that's okay, we can live dangerously for a while. We lost our first love, that's okay, we keep the addiction. That one's for life. We're gonna take parties because that's gonna lower our health. We're gonna get to the finish line, but we're just gonna scrape there. Adulthood, like anyone's life, is where it starts to all go downhill. Artistic career again, because we don't want that safety. We finally lost our parents, things are looking up. Furniture gives us too much safety. We don't want any of that at all. Furniture is what old people collect. You just lost minor addiction, which kind of sucks. Which one of these? Travel memory sounds dangerous. We're gonna go for that. Now you. Nope. Don't need a partner. What we do perhaps need is an expensive car that's going to remove our safety. And there goes a sibling because we spend all of our time in our car. We don't need 99 problems. And we're just going to watch stuff poof away until we die. There's something unsettling about this. It looks kind of like death, but a little thicker. It's thick death. Freedom. Less safety it is. It's fun because freedom didn't actually cost us anything. But because we're getting old, we're going to lose everything else. By the way, if anyone out there is looking for a life manager, give me a call. I'll be sure to point you in the right direction. I've done it at least 3 times now. Inner peace is going to boost our esteem but lower our status. Well, we don't need anything healthy, we just need status. Death is back and I'm going to offer him $20 to go visit a friend. But time for a judgment. This is my 3rd time doing this, so clearly I'm a professional. I had a rebel attitude, travel memories, an expensive car, freedom, and finally you died. You could have done better. Well, that's kind of the point. I didn't want this blob to have a fulfilling life. I wanted to have the most miserable, suffering life possible.